Alright, we get to see the Shadow deck against Dragon. That's probably a tough matchup.
Weird Shadow deck.
Generally, I would say Shadow is unfavored against Ramp Dragon because they have so much AoE, so it's just hard to get bored. To like, you usually win by having an Ector burst, but since he's not running Ector, I imagine it'd be even harder.
And he's not running Catacomb either to help preserve board state.
He is running Cerberuses though.
Yeah, he's running 2 Cerberuses and 1 Phantom Howl, so that's his all of his from hand damage.
Okay. That's interesting because now he's got potentially like 9 to 11 to plus depending on how if he gets both Cerberus out and stuff.
Yeah, if he gets both Cerberuses out and saves an Evo point, he can deal 15 on turn 8.
Probably.
Which
you kind of want a zombie party, but then you really don't because it puts him at 5.
Yeah, it makes it. Honestly, I could even consider soul converting here just to like prevent the Ayla from getting any value.
I guess it's like you don't really have a good turn forward play though, so maybe there's some merit in keeping the Belinus.
It's because he only runs 1 series.
Oh. That's his only 4. Oh no, no.
He has 3 Necro Assassins and 1 series of the night.
I see.
I mean, you might as well just save the Skull Beast here because it's an activator for your Necro Assassin, but he opts to play it out.
I mean, if you play Sybil here, you wouldn't would you bother evolving it? Just
Probably not.
Yeah.
He's not, since these guys don't know each other's deck lists, right?
They do. It's open.
Oh, it's open?
Yeah.
So then he could have actually evoed it to try and play around Necro Assassin. If he did opt to follow the Sybil line there, but Fervor is just so much better because you rarely get chances against these aggro and mid-range decks to just play a clean Fervor, you know?
Yeah. Usually you take damage while you're playing it.
Yeah. We're seeing he's approaching turn 9. He has Forte Erd in hand.
Yeah, that's going to be 12 damage because he still got the Evo.
And he has the Genesis Dragon too, so that's 19. That's 21 actually.
Over 2 turns.
Yeah, over 2 turns he could literally just 21 uninteractive damage from hand.
Do you Mimi? I guess it's going Mimi.
I think it would. I mean, I think it would have been better just to Evo because what other Evo targets does he really have in his hand?
True. Actually, he's going to use the Coco now too.
That seems ambitious. So we will see the Sybil come down here.
Yeah, I mean, not much pressure going on. Next turn he could play Genesis Dragon.
Yeah, and well, he's also already seen his opponent drop one of the or drop the Coco and the Mimi, so he's not afraid of burst.
Yeah. Probably going to be a zombie party. You could clean the board with Necro Assassin.
Yeah, you bump the Ayla and then Necro Assassin one of the Scallies.
Yeah, then you play Belinus Skull Beast. That might be better.
And then you're still saving Evos for next game.
for next game. Yeah, this play is a lot better.
I don't understand how this deck wins though with no Ectors.
Just for the board, man. You get zombies.
I think this might actually. I mean, and like I can't even say that this is teched for like aggro mirrors or like aggro and mid-range mirrors because he's not running triple series.
That's true.
I don't understand.
Do you just run into Genesis Dragon knowing he doesn't have the actor?
Wouldn't Forte Erd actually be bad? Actually.
No, because it's zombie parties and stuff. It's harder to code the Genesis, right?
Well, I was thinking more about playing around Death's Breath.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Sure. Wait.
That was the wrong way to do that.
Huh.
Thinking emoji.
Definitely was. Oh, he actually just loses the fortune to Belinus. Trade the Skelly in and then trade Belinus into the yard.
He could even just zombie party and then soul conversion his Belinus, but then he just dies to any storm.
Yeah, but this way you gotta play Death Breath.
Yeah, this way you can develop the Death's Breath.
Yeah.
And he can actually use an Evo point
and
this turn.
Yeah, you Evo the Skull piece. The Shadow can actually win here.
He can. I mean, he does have, is it? Symphonus does have a triple Bahamut though. Or he only has 2 Bahamuts actually.
2 Bahamuts, none in hand at the moment. Nothing actually deals with this board. You have to do something like really good. Just right in the
So that's 6, 8, 10 with Evo.
Needs 4.
Okay, is there a way he can
Phantom
lethal? Is there a lethal puzzle here though? So let's see, 5, 8, 10. Soul conversion gives him 3 extra board spaces. So that's the most he can do is 13.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he can't draw like a narrow soul conversion into a narrow Phantom Hell.
Wait, he could Necro Assassin into soul conversion, the Necro Assassin. Wait, no, that's still the same amount of damage.
Yeah, it's still You just throw the other Death Breath because your opponent didn't have a helmet. Play the round narrow Breath of the Salamander.
Yeah, you might as well just throw out the second Death's Breath here.
Yeah. I would.
Or he could be a man, set his opponent at 1 and have 1 ward.
Nah. Shadow's taking the win.
Wow.
Oh,
there's the Boo Hammy. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, he just drew all his storm this game.
Wow, it looked like Dragon was like gonna just run away with this game.
Never underestimate mid-range Shadow.
This wonky ass Shadow deck just making me look stupid.
I mean, he didn't draw any of his like on-off cards, right? Just drew regular Shadow cards.
He didn't draw any of the weird 1-ofs that he's running.
Yeah.
He just won strictly off the tempo of Death's Breath and his opponent not having board clears.
Tempo is a powerful thing in card games.
Yeah. Alrighty, so that was a pretty shocking game 1 upset there.
That's actually pretty important too, with Shadow taking the win. But I guess against Blood and Forest, it did have like good matchups throughout.
Yeah, but the Shadow was arguably the weakest link in his lineup.
Are his other deck lists like standard stuff, or is there any?
Pretty much. He's got a pretty normal aggro Blood list with Caraboss topping the curve, and a pretty standard Plain Jane Dirt Rune.
Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen any D-shifts.
That is true. We haven't seen. I mean, there probably was some in the earlier rounds though.
Yeah, and they probably just D-shift might have been targeted with like these because all these decks are quite aggressive.
Yeah, and then you see a lot of the Dirt Runes are running the 3/2 with ambush. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, just Nightfall or something.
Yeah, Nightfall Mage, which is just so good against D-shift.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a nice animated Beauty and the Beast.
Snazzy, man.
I crap Beauty and the Beast, but I use all my violets on roaches.
just so that they can get rotated out.
Yeah. Yeah. Just that.
Feels bad, man.
Probably Red Hot Ritual.
Yeah.
This board's gonna get clunky pretty fast. Oh yeah, get in there for 0.
It asserts dominance, man.
Oh, this is a control force.
Yeah, it's not like super control. He only has 1 Lucifer and 2 Acer fills.
Okay.
Along with triple sock will. He is running 1 Ariat though, just for the cheese. If you know he draws the nuts.
Yeah. How many Bahamut's?
0.
Oh.
Yep, his top end is 1 Lucifer and 2 Acer fills. That's it.
Okay. Huh.
So it's kind of like a hybrid of the controlling and mid-range variants.
Yeah, it's in between.
He doesn't run the 4 mana 7/7 though.
Ah.
He actually has no 4 drops in the deck.
Yeah, and even like mid-range neutral, at one point you kind of didn't have any 4 cost cards. Like sometimes the 4 mana 7/7 wasn't good enough.
Why did he opt to develop the Kaiser there instead of the Carrot and the Unica?
That's true, because after 5 he'd be able to curve out better.
I mean, it plays around Evo Piercing Rune better, I guess.
Yeah. Speaking of Evo Piercing Rune, he can do that if he wants.
I think you just take the Evo on the Alchemist, get a card.
Yeah.
And just hold that Piercing Rune. That's a good one too.
Telescope?
But yep. He does have a lot of symbols though. Telescope is low-key one of the best cards of the expansion in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like you're playing with a 37 card deck.
Yeah. And there's no downside to it either, because it becomes like if it wasn't an Earth Sigil itself, it would be arguably, it would be worse obviously, but it would still be a pretty good card.
Well, if it was like if it wasn't an Earth Sigil, how would that even work? Like, it's an amulet? You just have an amulet stuck on your board?
Well, if it was just a spell.
Oh, a spell. Okay. Yeah.
But the fact that it doubles as a sigil itself is
actually,
just
if it was a
bonkers, man.
spell, it could still be good because you play in D-Shift now.
Yeah, but then why would it? Well, why, if it was a spell, why would anyone play it over Insight though?
No, you still play Insight, but people are playing the experiment, right? So you have the sigils.
The Commence experiment.
Yeah.
So we are going to see a big Beauty and the Beast coming down next turn.
And that is pretty hard for runes to deal with. Do you pierce and rune this? No.
Nah.
Oh, he's going for it.
He's going to piercing rune it, but not trade.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
This is probably the biggest hand I've ever seen a dirt rune have.
Yeah. So there's no way for him to cleanly remove this Beauty and the Beast.
Unless he doesn't trade with this singer.
Yeah, and then the fact that Mesh doesn't run Mutagenic Bolt.
Oh, he doesn't. Okay.
There's literally not a card in his deck that can kill this Beauty and the Beast.
It's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
You have to just play Levi here, I guess. Or no, you can still play a Nightfall and Carl, because the Nightfall takes that sigil.
Yeah. And then just hope your opponent doesn't have
Well, you're not dead.
area to push 18.
You're not dead, but you take 18 if you do.
You're not dead, but you're in a really bad spot.
Yeah. He's going to be able to deal with Beauty and Beast next turn, most likely.
But even still, that's still, what, making it a 3-for-1?
Well, actually, you might not, because he could play Hector here and just block the Nightfall from attacking. Also stops Master Mage Levi. So dirty.
Just taking 9 to the dome casually.
Yeah, Beauty and Beast hits hard. Next turn he's got lethal with Saha Quill and Nitherfil.
Yep. I don't think there's any way out of this.
His Wizard just can't draw any cards.
Yep. Yeah, he's just
so
dead.
Rough. Yeah, he's 1 damage short of killing the Beauty and the Beast.
Like I've been saying all day, man, 1 damage matters.
Yeah.
Matters a lot in this instance.
Would you evolve the Levi here, or would you want to save your evil?
I think you just evo the Levi and push phase. So I mean, you can't kill the Beauty and the Beast, obviously, so there's nothing else you can do. You just go phase and hope your opponent doesn't have 2 damage.
Yeah. And you hope you draw damage. That's not the case here. It's going to be... I've been... the slower style of Neutral Force has been quite popular in tournaments, I've noticed.
Yeah, because it has, you know, reasonable matchups against everything.
Yeah, and it can curve out really nicely.
You can sometimes just, you know, draw the nuts and win the game on turn 6 with Beauty and the Beast, or you can use Beauty and the Beast to grind out control decks. Some of them even run King Elephant, too, to give them an extra win condition against slower decks. Yeah, I've lost to that a few times.
I've been trying Neutral Force, like the mid-range version with King Elephants, but not the slower one.
Yeah, I was playing this like super greedy Ramp Dragon deck a couple of days ago, and I queued into King Elephant Neutral Force that just back-to-back King Elephanted me when I was at 18 health. And like I didn't have any Storm in the deck, it was just like old school grinder ramp.
Oh. Was he playing wolves or?
No, just straight Neutral Forest with King Elephants top of the curve.
Just hard casting Elephant for 10? Oh
Yep.
man.
I could not do a damn thing about it. That was that was a really tilting loss.
Low-key combo deck.
I pulled 3 low keys off my initial pack opening, and I tried so hard to find something that worked with them.
Oh. I mean, there's a lot of cards that work with them. It's just really slow and inconsistent.
Well, one deck that I tried, I had a couple people help me like test it out in private matches. Was I was thinking of low key into Imperial Dragoon OTK Dragon.
Oh, I don't think that works.
Yeah, it works in the opposite order. He discards first and then low key repeats the.
Yeah, then you discard nothing.
In your hand.
Yeah, I actually saw that. I can't remember if that was a tournament I was spectating or something, but I remember seeing it happen. Or I think I was streaming and then someone tried doing it on me and nothing happened. Yeah,
you'd have to have the Dracomancer's Rights out in play.
Oh yeah.
And even then, just traditional Altered Fate OTK Dragon is better. But like, I was just considering that as like maybe like an alternative win condition in ramp. So we are seeing the Vengeance Blood versus this mid-range Dirt Rune.
Yes, and Symphonus got those Staircase of Paradise, so we'll see how they do.
I still don't agree with the Staircase to Paradise, man. Would the Carl have been better here because it sets you up to play out like, you know, Sigil into Mage of Nightfall the next turn?
Possibly. I guess he wanted to play the Magic Illusions because it sticks.
Yeah, it just gets the value train rolling.
Draws into another 1-cost Sigil, so now he can play Nightfall and play a Sigil. Still protects the Illusionist to some extent, but Symphonus is going to be able to evolve next turn. Which doesn't really have a good turn 4 play.
Yeah. I don't really want to see him play another Staircase here because that just kind of screws the rest of your...
Can you play it?
I don't.
Like,
I
if
mean,
if you don't play it now, when do you ever play it?
you just don't play it in your deck to begin with.
This is fine. Like, he's not going to be board locked or anything. Should be able to get them counted down.
This is a clean Levi turn.
Ooh. 2 Levi's probably, because you have 3, so you could evolve 2.
Yeah. Might as well just play the other one out as a clay golem, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And this is actually a pretty awkward board for the blood to handle as well.
Yeah, he gets to deal with 2 of them with the Scarlet, but that's about it.
And he's gonna obviously prioritize killing off the unevolved Levi.
Oh, yeah.
Which means one of those 4 damage dudes can swing in next turn.
Yeah.
So that's actually oh, disrespect on the Levi. Just saying, whatever, I'm cool with taking 7 to the face next turn.
I guess it's 1 damage difference, right? Because he could technically evolve to Nightfall for 6.
Yeah, but the thing is that the Levi gives him on-demand 3 damage whenever he wants.
That's true.
Which, since Vengeance Blood likes to manipulate their health total and put themselves, you know, into lower ranges, having that on-demand burst is very, very useful.
Just decide not to evolve the Levi though, just to put the blood out of Vengeance.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta respect Vengeance here.
He puts himself in Vengeance, haha!
Baited and outsmarted, man.
He's not going to evolve here, I guess.
Oh, baby. That is a good draw here.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, he can play his whole hand, except the Crimson Sorcery's gain.
Yeah, he loses the Sigil and the Carl, but that doesn't really matter. He has 2 in play and nothing to...
You probably don't even want the Sigil, your board's going to get too clunky. Yeah, you just definitely play Carl here.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point in floating 3?
Yeah, you also lose out on a body, which could just give you lethal, because your opponent can't deal with 3 cards.
Yeah.
Oh, look at his hand, he's got a full hand now.
Yeah, full hand doesn't... It's not really that good, though. 1 damage. That's not 1 damage.
It's 2 damage on board. Ooh. I mean,
maybe he's hoping that... Maybe he's hoping that Symphonus will forget about the Crimson Sorcery. And put himself at 3.
I mean, you have a couple turns before you die. Probably 2 or 3 turns. Or actually, double Dark General in his hand. Oh god. 6, 10, 4,
actually,
you have 2 turns.
Yeah. One option there, it's ballsy, but hear me out. You trade the Carl Red Hot Ritual and then you top deck Levi. Makes it so your opponent can't heal off of anything with Diabolic Drains.
Oh, I see.
It also puts a lot of faith in RNG, but...
it reduces your outs, right?
Yeah.
If you heal off the Carl, it's the same.
Just needs 1 damage.
What's the best way of making this board resilient too? Actually, never mind. Master Mage is still lethal regardless.
Yeah.
Play around it. Actually, though, by doing this, you can't kill your opponent next turn because you can't play Generos.
That's game.
Yeah. I'm not too sure about the Air Jammers though, just because it makes it so you can't play double Dark General next turn. You could have just played Emeralda and go Storm.
Well, how much damage did he have? He had 9, 10, plus 3.
We would have gone Emeralda, push 8, Or he could have evolved to push 10, and then next turn he had 10 on board plus another 8.
Yeah.
But
So we're seeing a back and forth here, man.
Yeah.
So now Mesh just has to win with his aggro blood. And Symphonus has to win with both Vengeance Blood and Storm Ramp, which is not good against aggro blood.
No, we can't see it.
So yeah, this is the Storm Ramp matchup versus aggro blood is definitely one you're trying to dodge for the most part.
Well, it's unavoidable now, right?
Yep. Unless it was strike format.
Ooh. I actually never played the strike format. I never played those Hearthstone tournaments.
We're looking at Mana Surge is looking into for our next like show match against the team trying out the strike format.
Oh, I see.
It'd be fun. Changes it up from everyone just countering each other in a last man standing thing. Did he keep Queen of the Red Sea?
I don't think so.
Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah, he definitely wouldn't against an aggro blood. This is just pure aggro blood, right? Like bats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just full on raw aggro blood. Just get in there, throw some damage around. The Vampiric Fortress is something we haven't seen in a while, though. This is just it's such a high risk, high reward card, because when it goes off, it's insane. But when you're in top deck mode and you get that, then it feels bad, man.
Most of the time, I was just doing like a few damage. Never really liked it.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen some ridiculous burst combos with Vampiric Fortress.
Yeah, sometimes you just cheese people. Like you have 2 Vampiric Fortress out. Like turn 4, you get 7 damage.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's so inconsistent, which is why I personally don't run it. Okay, so the best line here: you bump the Vite, then you earn it, right?
Yeah, man.
Ooh, opting to Erd his own Dragon Summoner so he gets that extra proc. I like it.
Yeah. One less countdown could be relevant. Could mean he's drawing 3 more cards 1 turn sooner.
So he can eat the well, he can just Night Horde the Erd and then just Evo Phase.
Yep. Would you Evo the Bat? Oh, he's going to save.
Yeah, I'd Evo the Bat. Spreads the stats around, plays around Sybil better. It's a very passive line.
Oh, he's actually even deciding to trade there.
That's because it procs the Vampiric Fortress, which I think he just wants to get the damage in while he can with it.
Okay.
Which I can respect that.
Yeah, he's gonna have tons of bats next turn too for Night Horde. And then the Night Horde could probably just kill off an evolved follower. Probably better.
Well, it'll eat this Sybil.
Yeah. Otherwise, he didn't really have a good answer to Sybil, right? If he used the Night Horde last turn.
That's true. He would have had to trade into it.
This way he doesn't have to trade, he can go face.
Me no trade, me go face.
It's going to go really nicely into Karabos.
Yeah. He gets to push, what, 8 this turn?
Yeah, if he's going to evolve, which you probably do, because you just evolve Karabos the turn after, and you just start burning them after that.
Yep, he's just getting in there.
I would want to see this map. Okay, he's doing it. Yeah. It plays around Salamander's Breath.
Yep. And if your opponent's Salamander, like Salamander Blazing Breaths, which we know he can't do, it still leaves you an empty board to develop the Karabos.
Yeah, exactly.
Things are not looking too great for Symphonus here.
One play point short of having the Scyther.
The clear. Well, he can heal for 4.
Yeah, was the Aetherfell clear?
Yeah.
Could be good enough.
Which negates the damage from this turn.
Yeah, he goes back to 7. That might be enough, actually. Turn 10, you just probably just drop Zeus plus Queen and Genesis.
Yeah, Queen, Zeus, Genesis.
Yeah, your opponent can't deal with that. Or
It's
you
a high
just win
tempo
up.
play, but this Caraboss damage is gonna start taking up.
Yeah. Well, if you can't deal with this Aetherfell, you're just dead. So you have to evolve.
I'd kind of want to see him just play the Caraboss, evo it into the Aetherfell, just start cashing in 2 a turn. Because he has 2. It sets lethal for next turn with the Ambling Wraith Angel the Word.
Oh yeah. And you don't really have anything better to evolve into. They just die anyways, 1 for 1. So. Oh.
What is he doing?
It's going wide.
I mean, I think the just Caraboss trade would have been better than this.
So it would have been at 5.
Because the thing is, yeah, and you don't always have the ability to develop that Caraboss, especially at this point in the game.
I think that's a
And he
safer
would've-
turn to Caraboss, because you wouldn't be dead.
Yeah.
Oh, you actually decided not to go for the discard your hand, go play 30 play point worth of dudes.
I think I would have there, just because you're not
I think so too.
really negating any damage.
Your opponents have evil points, so they can't really bane it, and then you just have so much stats that your opponent can't get through. Now this is a turn where Caraboss comes out safely, and it sticks.
And he gets to push 3. See, if he had just gone in with the Queen into the Zeus Genesis last turn, that put him in the best position to win.
Yeah.
Whereas now he's kind of getting punished for taking that safe route.
Because now even if he draws like an Ariad or an Erd, it's not enough. Well, unless he doesn't trade into the Cypher. So now, ooh, that's risky because now Erd is lethal.
Yep, Erd is lethal.
Oh.
Sometimes lucky. Nope.
So he's dead.
He's dead. Yeah. Getting punished by not playing to win, playing to not lose, man. Feels bad.
I mean, even just playing like 3 big dudes, you're not losing because you have Zeus as a ward. Is there a Dance of Death in this deck? In this blood deck?
I didn't see one.
Oh.
There is actually one Dance of Death.
Oh, okay.
A single Dance of Death. So, I mean, if you had it, you had it, you know? But I think Queen of the Dreadsea last turn was the best out.
Yeah, because now he's just playing it now, which is that's good.
Now turn too late. $1 short.
Oh.
What?
I mean, he can full trade. He has like 19 power on board.
But again, it's I don't like it. Not a fan.
No.
Yep. So he's dead to half of his opponent's hand right now.
Going for the triple Caraboss.
The BM.
Slow kill.
It's almost as bad as Grimnir from 4, man.